even though every other team is doing well, it feels like SKT was always the final boss.
Welcome back to Ultimate List, the LoL Esports show where pros react to some of their greatest plays voted for by the fans. Today we have the 2017 World Champion and one of the GOATs of the LCS support role, one of the GOATs of the support role in general. CoreJJ is with us. Welcome to the show, CoreJJ.
Thanks for having me. I couldn't even think about like my greatest play. Like I don't even know like if there's anything like kind of cool.
All right, the first play that we have for you is actually one of your plays from Lock-In LCS 2021. This is back when you were playing with Jensen. Let's see this engage.
Yeah, I was like 1-4. That's the setup in there. It's always good to engage whenever they come to me. The old layer was actually so broken. Your E has a stun.
I think it's so funny when you watch these plays because like I can tell that when you're playing here, like you want to engage when they're like face checking you, but your team is just not ready, so you have to like back up first, and then they keep on walking at you, and then you go. You know, like it just shows how much the game has evolved since then. Because like you would want to fight when they're walking to your face like initially, but no one can actually follow you.
Yeah, I mean, at least like with Orianna, your engage range is kind of crazy, and then having a Kaisa helps a lot.
One question I had for you though is that now that you finished your 7th year on TL and you're considered to be like, you know, the support goat of the region at this point, did you expect to like be in LCS for this long when you came back as a support? Because you just came off Gen G, you won Worlds in 2017, 2018, you still went to Worlds, and then you came back in 2019 to NA. Did you think that you would just be in NA for 6-7 years? Did you even think you would be playing this long?
To be fair, yes. When I played in the Korea, I could keep playing the Korea, but with the environments or everything, I knew if I came to ACS, I could play longer. I don't know what else I want to do. I want to play League of Legends for a long time. I still enjoy this game. I still enjoying the competition, and I knew I could play much longer in ACS. Yep. Not because of the level of play or something, but because of the like environment or something, like everything.
Yep.
Because I was kind of burnt out in Korea.
Just the environment is way more stressful. It's way more pressure.
So when I came to ACS, one of the goals I made is like I need to be the player that no one can replace me, so that I can play long in the ACS. So I tried really hard.
Okay, the second play that we have for you today, Core, is a play that comes from your World Championship run, actually in 2017. This was from the final game of Samsung against WE. So let's go through the play and tell me what you were thinking in this moment.
Yeah, actually WE was actually a really strong team, and with this comeback play, I could get the MVP of the series, I believe.
Yeah, I'm surprised because like I remember this meta was the art and sensor meta, obviously, famously. This engage you have, it just shows it was so broken. This Rakan mechanic where you can instantly flash. Yeah, it was so broken that they had to just nerf this out of the game. They're like, yeah, now they put a lockout on your R, so you can't just R flash instantly like this, because this. I mean,
I had a hard time like adjusting the new Rakan change that there's the delay after you press R. Now you have a like different combo. Like if this is right now, I start pressing R already and then E flash W. Maybe most people wouldn't react at this time anyway, but there's a less mind game. The old Rakan was very broken. And
this was the champion that you chose your world skin for, right?
I wanted to make a combo skin with a ruler. I mean, I think Jai Rakan was like still relatively new champion in this time.
Really new.
Probably released in the season 7.
Yeah, I think it was released not only in season 7, I think it was released in season 7 summer.
Yeah, something like that. So it was new champion, and it's a new first spot lane champion, like spot lane couple champion comes out together. So we wanted to make a skin.
So a question I had for you here is about your Worlds run with Samsung, because you know it's not that you guys just won Worlds. You know, you guys won Worlds while only dropping this one game to WE in the whole bracket stage. Tell us about this this run, because obviously you famously 3-0'd the finals like into Faker, and coming into this tournament, no one thought you guys were going to be this good. Like, people thought, oh, you're probably the third best team coming out of Korea because of your placements, and then you ended up just dominating and winning Worlds.
I think we were very, very confident. I think especially we believed in Ruler a lot because he was like rank 1 around this time. We were doing really well in the scrim. Like, we smashed the most bot lane in the scrim, and then it was like one of the heaviest bot lane focused meta. So doing well in the bot lane was like very, very, very important. And I think we were very confident and winning a lot of bot lane. And we were very confident, and then we lost to the Uzi and Ming, like versus RNG in the like group stage. And then from losing there, like we learned a lot. So we could be able to like kind of copy their strategy, like what's the best way to play for AD carry, and we could identify how to play the game. The more we play the game, I think Longju was like favored.
Yeah, of course. I thought that too.
Yeah, we won 3-0 against them. I think we got a really good momentum.
The next play we have for you, Core, is a play that actually comes from the regional gauntlet of LCK. This is you guys against SKT.
This is the first play I don't remember actually.
For the Twitch to be online. They're trying to fight early. Here we go.
Trying to get on top.
Seems like instincts.
Here. There's the knockup into the knockup here actually from Alistair.
Four-man combo.
4-man combo into the stun. Twitch. Not bad. I mean, nothing special, but not bad.
In general, like, what was the rivalry like with T1 back then? It seemed like you guys would always level up when you played against T1, you know, even when you go back to season 6 Worlds. In finals, people thought it was probably going to be a T1 blowout because T1 obviously played against Rocks. Yeah, they played against Rocks Tigers, right? And Rocks Tigers were considered to be one of the best teams, and that was considered one of the best of 5s ever. And then in finals, you guys ended up taking them to 5 games. The next year, you end up obviously 3-0ing them in the finals. This year, you eliminate them from World Championship contention. So this was like a real rivalry back then. So tell me a little bit about what it was like to be part of this.
I think even back then, T1 had a like aura that in a big stage they're gonna win. And then I think this year they didn't do well. But this is like round 1, like first stage of the gauntlet. So we met in the like lowest spot. There is a Griffin and King John was higher than us, waiting for us like who's winning. But because of the SKT, we beat them, like giving us so much confidence. I mean, that's how good they were, even though they were not in the best form. I think we always wanted to win T1 because even though every other team is doing well, like KT was doing well, Rox was doing well.
Yeah, Afrika was
doing
well. It
feels like SKT was always the final boss. It doesn't matter where they are. I mean, it's kind of like now. So
this play that we have for you is one of the plays that was actually highly voted for. And this is a rare support solo kill. So I don't know if you remember this one. I'm sure based on the position, you could already tell what's probably going to happen in this play. But let's see the play and walk us through what you were thinking in this moment.
How can I solo kill from this moment? I don't remember.
The
jungler's name is Jose Diodo. Uh-oh.
Just jungle gap.
Yeah, enemy team tried to gank in a bad way. At least like a Braum dodged my Q. I should probably hold it longer, but it's dangerous to go behind against Alistar. There is a good lesson.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Afro made it pretty easy for you here. Like, he could have, like, you know, thrown the Q from range and, like, you know, stood on the side of the wall.
Yep.
But he just walks straight into your angle. He gives you like the freest headbutt of all time. The final play we have for you is one of your magic engages. I feel like at this point, you know, you're known for your engages on multiple different champions, finding angles, and this is one that people remember because it came in playoffs versus 100 Thieves. So let's get into the play and you can walk us through your thought process.
When enemy team grouped and then they one-shot the tactical. But
now we're gonna see if Team Liquid can find anything on the back end of the fight. FBI does lose his immortal shield. CoreJJ, 4-man engage on 100 Thieves, and they will be torn to shreds.
I mean, there's a game-winning engage, but like whenever I look back to my old play, like I don't feel like I get impressed.
Well, everyone's getting so much better all the time, you know? Like I feel like also Rell is like a new champion in this era, right? But I like the confidence to go for the engage in this situation because I mean obviously they used a lot of ults to kill tactical, but it is still a 4v5 and you just have confidence that your team will deal the damage. You'll be able to win.
I think one thing I remember about my lair back then is that the lair was the new champion. I was thinking about how I can use this champion a lot. I think when lair was like first time came out, like many people think this champion is useless, but I think I figured out how to play lair, and I think I was like much ahead of other support players about the lair play, even in the world, because whenever I look other legends lair, they were not good enough in my perspective.
Oh, we do have a bonus play for you actually. We have a final play. I think this might be my favorite CoreJJ play that we slipped in here. So let's get that play going, and you can see, you know, one of your greatest plays here as well.
I think we're losing really hard, and somehow while I'm using the combos, I press R on the minimap. I didn't know you can use on the minimap. So somehow I click the minimap and it goes backward.
I thought you were just aiming for Kiwi Kid here.
Actually, maybe it's not the minimap. Maybe it's the champion. I don't know.
Thanks, Core, for walking down memory lane with us. Before we get out of here, is there anything that you would like to say to all your fans?
After watching my ultimate list, there's not many play that I'm very satisfied, and I think my time is still like there's a lot of time I can play. So I will try to create the play that everyone like it.